Welcome to Share Talk, the only podcast where investors come first.
Hi, this is Zach Meir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here on Share Talk for Monday, the 18th of January. Starting off with ARC Minerals, where we're on multi-bagger alert on the basis that we've gapped through resistance last week, resistance through around the 4.5 pence level, and certainly while we're above that old July 2019 resistance around 5 pence, looking for at least the top of a broadening triangle up to 10 pence, hopefully as soon as the end of this month, maybe going into the first month of February. So looking pretty strong there. A stock which took a while to start gaining momentum, but is doing that by the day at the moment, is Dev Clever. We had a previous resistance line target, for a January resistance line target there from the beginning of last year around the 21-22 pence level, which we basically hit. The question now is, what is the next level up for the shares? Looks as though we can be relatively ambitious here, hopefully up towards the 40 pence level, which is a March resistance line projection from from last year as well, from the lows of that particular time. And the time frame on that, hopefully by the end of next month, given the current rate of progression. At this stage, only really back below recent support for the stock, sub the 17-16 pence area, really delaying the upside scenario. And ideally, we actually don't fall back below 19 pence, which was that initial January resistance level. On to Empire Metals, which has been slow but steady, I suppose, is the best way of describing it over recent months. Here you can see that still very loyal to this rising trend channel from March last year, floor of the channel towards 3.5 pence, top of the channel there up to 6 pence, and that's hopefully where we're going to go by the end of next month, while we remain above the 50-day moving average at 3.75 pence. All the while we've been well above the 200-day line, which does indicate that this is a strong bullish situation. If you're a fan of the stock or a long-term holder looking for to see how far we could head up in the future, maybe the 3 to 6 month target here up to 10 or 11 pence, which is that April resistance line projection. Stock which has taken a while to get going, but looks as though it may be on its way now, is Oreo Resources. Good to see it break that resistance line there from October, also breaking the 10 pence level, initial January resistance, and a strong candle today through the December peak. End of day close at least above 10.5 pence, and we should hopefully be able to pencil in a 20 pence target at the top of that rising trend channel from September. Hopefully that could be hit as soon as the end of next month, given the way that it looks as though the log jam has been cleared after 3 or 4 months of consolidation. A stock which is back on the front foot, so to speak, at the moment is Gunsynd. Here we had neckline resistance and support coming in above the 50-day moving average at 1.6 pence. I think last week I noted that the shares had broken that December resistance line around 1.8 pence, and above 1.8 we're looking towards 3 pence, which is the top of an August rising trend channel. Hopefully we can hit that by the end of next month. I know Landor has its fans, and which seems to be starting to get a spring in its step at the moment. The reason for the relative enthusiasm now is the way that we've easily cleared and found support above the former 30 pence resistance, while we're above 30 pence, looking towards that February resistance line projection as high as 47 pence, hopefully as soon as the end of next month, and if we're really lucky, by the end of this month. Another stock which took a while to get off the ground and start moving freely is Mossman Oil and Gas. Here we had extended consolidation for the shares at and around the 200-day moving average at 0.13. Recent support and the breakout really above the late December resistance at 0.16. And while we're above 0.16, looking to the top of a March 2020 price channel target as high as 0.4 pence. Hopefully as soon as the end of next month. Mobile Tornado, relatively obscure stock. Trying to bring in more of these because obviously at the moment we're in a bull market. Almost everything is looking rather strong. But a new situation here with a strong candle break above the 200-day moving average as well, 4.75 pence. And while we're above 4.75, looking towards the top of a rising trend channel from October 2019, promising 9 pence, hopefully as soon as the end of next month. Lots of requests for the next stock, which I think I covered before, but here we go again. Oreo Resources, the big break here was through that 0.6, 0.7 pence zone. That was broken last week. Initial January resistance of 0.7. And the target at that time up to 1.4 pence, which looked rather ambitious. Assuming that 1.4 pence is in the bag and will be hit over the next few days, the longer term target maybe towards the end of next month should or could be as high as 2 pence, which is that November 2019 resistance line projection. At this stage, only really back below, end of day close back below today's initial floor at 0.92, really delaying the upside scenario. Stock which looks pretty attractive, if you can get any stock at the moment, is Pineapple. The reason for saying that is that we've broken a line of resistance from the beginning of this month, and obviously not much charting data to go on, but broken that line at 5.5 pence. So the longer we stay above 5.5, the greater the chance of a breakout. Trying to guess where the upside will be, and at the moment the best guess is towards a notional price channel top at 9 pence, and hopefully that would be seen as soon as the end of next month. I covered this stock I think yesterday or very recently, but as it was a debut, it was worth having another look today on the rise that we've got. Verici has broken nicely to the upside after that gap through resistance, and as I said with ARC earlier on, a gap through resistance can be a sign of a multi-bagging situation. The view is at this stage that the longer we hold above initial January resistance at 65 pence, the greater the chance of a £1.20 target as soon as the end of next month. Speaking of multi-baggers, we finish off with the star of the day, and star of recent days actually, Extract Resources. Managed to hit 7 pence earlier in the session, which was well above what was previously looking rather optimistic target at 3.25 pence. So this the share's really on the front foot. The issue now probably is to see how much of a retracement we'll get. Probably half of today's range, which would be around the 4.5, 5 pence level. Above that, we continue up towards an April resistance line projection as high as 10 pence, hopefully to be hit as soon as the end of next month. But worth watching over the next 24 hours just to see where the shares settle. Ideally, we will remain above Friday's intraday peak of 4.17, ahead of a move towards 10 pence. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.